Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And it's been maybe 2 weeks. It's always been like a minute. Like recently it's been such a long time, like it's been like almost like maybe to 2 weeks. I think I might be at like 3 weeks since y'all last seen me, but that's simply because I've been doing like a week long of content. Of course, I told y'all in my last couple of videos that I wanted to do other not other story times. I want to do other videos that wasn't just necessary story times. So I've been trying to figure out like different ways how to like take y'all into my real life and like still giving y'all the content that y'all like. And I came up with like a super cute business content. Y'all do know that I'm an entrepreneur, so I just did a day in the life of an entrepreneur, nail tech edition. Be sure to be on the lookout for that video. I don't know why I'm stumbling over my words. Like I have not been on the camera, even though y'all ain't been seeing it. I still been working. So y'all seen the title. Today is one of many story times of how my client tried to rob me -- robbed me. Okay, so this one is gonna be my first ever time, just going through this bullshit. And my client definitely did try and did rob me. Like my client robbed me. That's what I'm gonna title this as. So y'all, like I said earlier, y'all know that I am a nail tech. So when I first started, oh my god, I completely forgot about the word of the day. So before I get into the actual story time, let's go ahead and do the word of the day. And the word of the day, which is very near and dear to me, and y'all gonna see why, because I'm gonna do another vlog. It's gonna be Isaiah 31:4, and I'm gonna give you is like although people around you, like enemies and stuff, or like screaming for your downfall, God's gonna come back and like not come back, but God is basically gonna fight your battles for you, despite what other people are saying, despite what you're going through. And yeah, like I don't know, I just really bonded with that scripture, and I really love that scripture, y'all. So y'all, this had to be about a year and a half ago. I had just started doing nails, and I don't know if I'm the only service provider that realized this. Anytime I get a client that comes in and she has a lot of questions about like the service that you're trying to do, not just like, hey girl, like what, like what length, I'm nervous, like no general questions, more of like really detailed questions, like, oh, what glue you use for your nails, hey, what products do you use for your retention? And you know what I mean. Anytime I have clients that talk like that towards me or have those type of questions, and it's like a frequent thing, like throughout the appointment, it's, dang, how did you learn how to do nails? Did you go to a school? Did you learn on your own? If so, what did you use for your products that you use now? How do you do this type of design? Like anything like that, any type of question, type of appointment, I already know that they are aspiring to be a nail tech or have like a real interest in becoming and like like actually doing the skill. So that was basically the situation. And y'all, I had three people who asked me, like who had like similar appointments with me, who will always ask very detailed questions about my skill, like how to do nails and just like X, Y, and Z, like type of question that you ask if you were taking like a nail class. All right, y'all, why would that fall? We just gonna ignore that, okay? We just gonna pretend like it's not there, because y'all, this wallpaper is tripping. But yeah, it was that type of, and I'm gonna name her Papaya. I don't know, I have this papaya and coconut candle right in front of me, so we're gonna name her Papaya. So y'all, me and Papaya, we kind of met through like another friend. I don't want to call her friend, but another regular client that I had. And she basically was like, oh, Coconut is the friend. Coconut referred me, and this play a part. Like the two names are very important, because my other story time is gonna be about Coconut, because she tried to do the same shit. She didn't get away with it, but she tried to do the same shit. So all in all, like I said, for both of their appointments, I definitely realized that they were very big on like asking questions about how to do nails and just X, Y, and Z, how to get into it, how to do it, blah, 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 blah. So this one specific time, Papaya had came, her appointment, let's say, because I low-key forgot, let's say it was like a Wednesday, and I was doing late appointments because I was still in school, so let's say like 5 o'clock. So she had came, she was already kind of late, and y'all, around that time, I did not know how to stand on business with my business, for real, like, I did not know, charge extra $15 if you're late, like, past the 15 mark. I was very shocked. So anyways, that's like totally besides the point, but she ended up coming probably like at 5:15. I was like, okay, cool. I let it be because I really just wanted to get my practice in, and I kind of just was really excited to do nails. So she come, and like I said, y'all, during the whole appointment, we kind of trying to get to know each other, and I wasn't really very talkative back then because I was very freaking nervous and just ultimately really shy. And it was also like concentration. Like, I did not know how to do nails for real, y'all. Like, I was just trying to like get my foot in the door myself. So I stocked up on so many products when I was just starting. Like, you would think I've been doing nails for 2 years. Like, I just maxed out, got every freaking thing I needed for nails, just so I can, you know, further my skill. So she would see, you know, like, oh, it coming together. She seen that I was very detail oriented, like perfectionist, I could say. And then she just started asking me so many questions, like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, I really wanted to get into nails. I tried it before, you know, just the same similar story that I had when I first thought I had an interest, but then I just like let it go and picked it up. So it kind of sounded like she was like there where she just wanted to pick it up. So she ended up saying to me like, just asking me all these different type of questions, like technique questions, like, how do you even do the bead? What is that? You know, what primer do you use? How, like, what are you doing now? Like, just questions like that, just like a whole bunch of questions like that. And I'm not gonna lie, I did not think too much of it, but I definitely did get very annoyed. So I can't really go in like detail like how she was the whole appointment, but just know she was super like observant, and she just had so many fucking questions. And I'm gonna cuss because it was so annoying, and I was just like trying to like, girl, like vibe, listen to the music, like why are you asking me so much stuff? And it's not even like we trying to get to know each other, it's more of you trying to do what the fuck I'm trying to do. And y'all, this is a pet peeve that I have, because this is like not the first, second, third, or fourth time, probably even more than that, that a girl came to me wanting to know more about nails, but try to like beat around the bush, like don't want to pay, don't want to like offer me nothing, but want everything from me. And it's just so freaking annoying, because I really just thought back to like a present day, because y'all know I'm in Cosmo school and I do like some bomb nails, so everyone's always so impressed when I do my own nails. And I had this classmate, she was like, oh, this is so side note, but I gotta put this in the story. She was like, oh, can I come to my homegirl's appointment, right? So I can watch you do nails. What? Why are you coming to her appointment to watch me do nails? Baby, that sounds like a one-on-one class that you want to have, but you don't want to pay for it. So it's so freaking annoying. So yes, back to the story. Yeah, so she basically was just asking me so much stuff about products, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all, at first, like the innocent questions, I was like letting her have some like bypass, like, okay, bitch, like you can go ahead and look at the type of acrylic that I have. I gave her like short answers, because like I said, to this day, I even have to do the same shit. Like, oh, I just ordered from Amazon. Oh, I just do my research. Oh, I just, you know what I mean? I use the typical acrylic that every beginner use. Research yourself, like just as I did. You're not gonna get no free information out of me, you know. And it's not even like I don't want you to do good, it's just it's giving you're trying to use me. So I ain't gonna lie, kind of got real quiet with like when we were talking, because I got pretty fucking annoyed that the questions just kept coming, and I was like, oh, I could teach you if you want, I could do a class. Zero, like silence, nothing. And y'all, figure out how to break this up so it makes sense for y'all, right? That's the first ever time I ever did Papaya's nails, right? And I'll say Papaya was a very like regular client, so I kind of started to like her, because it was like, okay, girl, like this is my cash flow. Anytime she want to book, I already know, like, you know what I mean, like I'm gonna be up, even though I was just charging $50 back then, but still, you know what I mean, it felt really good to have like a returning client consistently. So she'll come get her nails done probably like every 3 weeks to a month. The second appointment with her, it was cool, you know what I mean? And I think this one was when she was like pregnant, And when she was telling me about, you know, her pregnancy and all that, I was like, oh, you know what I mean? And that's when I felt like we started bonding just a little bit. So y'all, I remember distinctively she had told me like, oh, like, girl, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because not too much in her business, but she didn't really like have too much people behind her type shit. And it was really like trying to figure out how the fuck am I finna like finish school and have a baby, you know what I mean? And just X, Y, and Z. I'm not trying to put too much of her information out, but that was the basics. So she ended up coming and we were talking about it, and I was like, damn, like, you know, if you ever need something, I'll give something to you, like some diapers or like, you know, some extra shit. So we started making small talk about the baby and her life and stuff. Cool. And then here we go, like probably like 30 minutes after that, she started talking about nails again. Like, girl, I really want to get into nails, girl. I'm really fascinated into nails. And I think especially with this baby, I'm gonna get into nails. So I said, okay, that's cool. I can give you a class if you want. We can, you know what I mean? Like being real supportive, like trying to help her get on her shit for real. So she ended up saying, nah, I'm just gonna learn on my own. I was like, okay, girl, cool. Like I wasn't taking no offense because I learned on my own too. So and then she just started like going ham with the questions. What monomer? What bid is that? What is a bid? What drill did you have? What acrylic do you have? Do you have leftover acrylic? What tips do you use? Just all these extra shit. Where do you get your charms from? Where do you get your supplies from? Just all these extra stuff. Can I do one of my nails, and can you show me, like, basically like a free class? So I started getting real fucking annoyed once again. But now I digress. Like I said, back then I really didn't know how to, like, you know, like stand on business for real, but I still wasn't letting her get free information out of me. So I just said, oh girl, it's the typical Me Secret, because every freaking body know, like, that's nothing to hide. Everybody know that Me Secret is a good brand to use when you're first starting, or even shit in the game for real. It's just like a easy brand. So and I'm sorry if I keep popping my mouth. But yeah, so she did that. And then I remember, y'all, I had to go out, and I had this intuition feeling, right? I had this intuition feeling. Damn. Because okay, that's just gonna have to be another story time, because I really want to tell y'all something else, but I'm gonna just do another story time after this one, okay? Or should I do that? I'm gonna put it in here because I feel like y'all not really finna click on the other video if I make it. But y'all, this segment of the story time is gonna be like, charge your value, right? Charge your value. So let me tell y'all how it even came up to her, like, even going as far as like robbing me. So when we was having these appointments, the type of conversation that we had outside of her wanting to know all these questions about starting nails and doing nails and etc was her being broke, right? So-called broke. So she was one of those clients that definitely talked down on prices. And y'all, back then I was charging $50, and I did not know if I did know I wanted to up my price, but me, I'm the type of person where it's like quality before I up my price. That's when I feel more comfortable upping my price. So I just always kept saying, like, girl, I really want to up my price. I really want to, you know what I mean, like charge at least $70 for the sets that I be doing, because the sets be coming out real nice. And I'm going to show y'all some reference pictures of like my first sets that I was ever doing. Like, it was like I knew how to do this shit out the womb type shit. I just had to get a little more practice. So she used to always be like, oh, if any of my service providers raise their prices, I'm not gonna come book with them. And those girls that was like, oh, I'm not gonna pay for shit. So it's like having these conversations with her during her appointment, I kind of could tell that she wasn't one of them girls who wanted to spend their money for real. Like, it very much so gave like, oh, I'm broke, but I'm gonna like try to squeeze in what I can. We already having conversations of her saying, oh, she not gonna pay shit, basically acting real fucking broke, and then her already wanting all these questionnaires about nails and stuff. So this one freaking time, y'all, this was before my room looked any way that it looked now, like real put up cameras, like without cameras and all that. So I end up, you know, walking away. I had to go get something for her. I think this one, like I said, she was pregnant, so she kept saying, oh, I have nausea. I feel like I got to throw up. And me, I'm like a curing soul. So I was like, okay, girl, like, let me go get you some peppermint tea. Let me make sure like you feel good. So that's exactly what I did. Mind y'all, my mom never leave. Like, when I'm doing a service, she never like go away. She never leaves. She never like go anywhere. So I go make her some peppermint tea. Mind you, that kind of took a while because I use a kettle, and I'm just gonna say it like that. I use a kettle. So it takes like probably like 7 minutes to warm the water like at a good temperature, and I was making her tea, da 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 da. But y'all, the room that I was in far from the kitchen was like two separate areas. Like it was a little walk, I ain't gonna lie. So me, I'm like, okay, I don't got too much shit out, and I wasn't really expecting her to rob me. Take a little pause, I ain't eat nothing, and I'm like feeling real weak and shit. So anywho, I make her tea, and y'all, while I'm gone, make her tea. I probably was like finishing up on her nails. Like I probably was like one top coat away, right? And then she had to put her nails in. So she definitely was like strategizing, like when she said, oh, she was nauseous and all of that. So she ended up saying she nauseous. I go make her tea. Like I said, let's just say it took me at least 10 minutes. Bring it back. Mind y'all, in that 10 minutes, I'm not really hearing anything that's going on because it's like she's real freaking quiet with it. And she's just like all like jittery, like this, like when I come back, like jittery like this. And I'm like, oh, here girl, make sure you drink, make sure the baby's fine, da da da. I said, you know, if you gotta call your lift later, you can just chill, relax. So she ended up drinking her tea, but she didn't drink too much. She was like, oh girl, I'm just really trying to get home, like I just want to lay down, I just don't want to be sitting up, da da da. I'm just worried about the baby. I'm like, all right, cool. So I put her hand in, and then like 60 seconds go by, a minute. So before I could even tell her, oh, call you a lift, mind you, I told her like she could chill. The lift was already outside. She was like, oh, my ride is 1 minute away. So that's perfect. I got like a few pictures in, and I'm going to show y'all like the little pictures that I got. I was like, I got a few pictures in, and then she went off. Right, so she left, and I'm like thinking no biggie of it. Like, all right, like I just hope you feel better. I'm walking her. I'm like, is the baby okay? Like, just let me know if anything happens. Whoop. So she ended up leaving, and I kid y'all not, I take like 4 days. I have like a lot of clients at that time, like, you know, back to back. So me like being lazy, I would like clean my nail room like ASAP, only because it was like, girl, I don't know when I'm gonna have somebody next. So that was kind of like what was going on. 4 days went by, I had another client. So y'all, I'm going through my stuff. Why can't I find my primer, my dehydrator, the tips that I used on her, and the fucking glue, and some of the fucking acrylic that I was using? So me in my mind, I'm thinking, did this, like, what the fuck, did I misplace it? What's going on? But I'm like, there's no way I fucking misplaced the shit. And then I just started thinking back, like, oh, so when I was making this bitch her tea, you know what I mean, and she conveniently had to throw up, feel nausea, and her ride was 1 minute away. So once the timer went off, that's when she took it. I'm like, that's when she took it. Like, can't be. So I called her because I didn't just want to assume. You know what I mean? I called her. And then, you know, like I said, my mom never went upstairs. So she kind of heard like some moving and stuff, but she did not know that I was in the kitchen, right? So she was like, oh, like I just thought that was you during that time that shit happened. And she was like, no, like I definitely heard like a lot of stuff going by, and it just made sense, like her like moving and being like, oh, guilty and shit. It was her that who took it. And I'm sorry, y'all, I have to end this video like that because I have to go somewhere. But I'm gonna give y'all part 2 of this situation, how I confront her and how she dead ass lied, and how I pulled up on her to get my shit back, because I don't care if it was just 4 things you stole from me. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.